call our next speaker is Ms. Shefali Sonpar, Vice Chairperson, FinTech, InsurTech, and RegTech Advisory Board, Data and Digital Transformation Evangelist, Thought Leader. She is a recognized digital transformation expert, helping insurers innovate and evolve in the face of disruption. Shefali has held global leadership roles across business and technology with Fortune 500 companies. And the topic in which she will be sharing her knowledge today is finding your voice, the key to confidence in communication. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me well?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. What a lovely forum today. Inspiring leaders talking about their capabilities, inspiring stories of how people have moved from different roles and different skills, constantly challenging themselves and making a difference to themselves and to others. Well, my story is also very similar. And as all other leaders over here, we all have evolved. We all have grown from one persona to the other in our lives. If I share something about myself, I am a science graduate who did my master's in human resources, moved into the insurance industry, trained to be a risk manager, did operations and risk management for many years before I realized that I was too lazy to do risk management and that I found it too repetitive. And so I leveraged technology on the side to improve my efficiency. Basically, find more time to spend for myself. And that is when I transitioned into a technology role. As a business technology expert, I used to give suggestions and improvement possibilities on how a process could be improved, digitized, and automated as early as 2005. Slowly, as I grew my capabilities in that area, I started to speak at different forums, share my thoughts on the possibility of what the future of insurtech and insurance and digital technology could be. And people started calling me a digital evangelist. Happy to take that role up. I then moved on and also parallelly started supporting my second passion, which is supporting women in their growth in the corporate world. Somewhere down the line, I took a pause and I thought, how is it that I have sometimes successfully, sometimes not so successfully navigated these challenges? And I realized that one of the strengths that I had was the conviction that I brought onto the table. The comfort with which I was confident about the topic I was talking about to my manager, to the people and my team. And that is when I took a turn and parallelly started helping people with my team, and then moving on to the larger organization, and then moving on to outside my organization, where I took up another avatar of what I now call myself as a communication consultant. Besides my role as a digital transformation agent for insurance and fintechs, I also help and run classes, courses, individual and in group, to help people understand how to be an effective communicator. Because ultimately, at every stage in our life, be it in our personal capacity or professional capacity, what we are doing is sharing our ideas, sharing our experiences, and sharing our capabilities with people. And the better we can do it, the more confidence people have on us and give us more challenging roles. And that is how we all grow. So in this little capsule that I've been given of 15 minutes, I'm going to summarize my 22 years of experience of communication into completely a crystal clear view of 3 things that I believe are critical to be an effective communicator. Would that be something all of you are interested in? A nod or a smile will help. Yes? All right. The first one, I believe, is body language. A study had been done about powerful public speakers, and it showed there are over 78 individual components of the body and the body language that constitute to a person being an effective communicator. Now, while I am a nerd and want to understand all the 70 plus skills, I'm going to summarize the top 3 that I believe affect that. And the first is the energy which you bring into the conversation. When you know about something, it is perceived by the listener that if you bring in that energy, it is assumed you know that topic, rightly or wrongly.
Right, correct.
And so when you start a communication, whether it's with your friend, your project manager, or a pitch with an investor for your largest ever billion-dollar unicorn idea, bring in that energy. Number 2, as a subset of body language, is going to be your functional gesturing. There's a word in Hindi which is called thehrao. People who are senior, people who are seasoned, have a stature, a stillness. But at the same time, it is important to gesture. Now, how do I create that delicate balance? And that comes from functional gesturing. The power of giving importance to things that matter is when people will listen. Functional gesturing is nothing but putting an emphasis through your hands, smile, frown on things that you want the audience to really listen to. Because very often you listen through your eyes as well as your ears. The next thing I would talk, which again aligns to body language, but the second part, most important secret sauce that I'm going to share is to do with your voice. The study showed that people who actually reduce their voice at the end or reduce the emphasis at the end of a statement actually have more gravitas than those who take their voice up and give the importance. Lean in, not just physically, but with your voice. And that will give the importance and weight to what you're saying, instead of going out and screaming on the top of the voice what you want to say. And the third thing I'd like to show is about pace. Coming back to the original concept of what we call thehrao in Hindi, the steadiness that comes through experience, the steadiness that comes through the knowledge that you have done it and been there. And you're sure that if you're given an opportunity, you will deliver. Comes from the pace and the pause that you give for people to digest what has been said. The biggest audience you have and the highest point of attention you get from your audience comes when you pause. Pausing at the right time and speeding up at the right time have a very, very important balance. And these are things that I have learned, that when I worked through my career as an insurance underwriter, as a customer experience agent, as a digital transformation agent, and then an evangelist, the common thread that lay in my experience was the fact that I had the conviction and the ability to communicate my idea and present it to my audience, be it my team, be it my manager, or be it the leaders, with the conviction and one of the things that I will definitely say It is assumed that when you're standing in the stage, you are a subject matter expert. Own that. You would not have been asked by your manager to make a presentation if you had not worked on the project. And so it's assumed that you understand the project. You may not have complete understanding, and it's absolutely okay to defer to somebody if there is a question. But there are certain points that you definitely know and you can speak about them. And that is the foundation, that you know 80% and 20% you will get. As a communication coach, I take classes, I train people, I train leaders on how they can communicate with effectiveness and with the gravitas they need to create a storyboard which people will absorb and listen to. There are times you need to be completely direct and data driven, and there are times you need to go ahead and create a vision. And it's leaders who are able to bring the people together through the power of their voice, through the power of their conviction, and through the power of communication that succeed. Be it Barack Obama or Narendra Modi, it is the communication and the conviction that makes them the leaders that they are. We all over here are leaders in our own right, but there's always something that we can improve on. There are tricks and traits that can help you become that powerful leader. And that's my passion that I talk about. That's the passion I work in. I'm very happy to connect with all of you on my LinkedIn profile, Shefali Sonpar. Like I said, I have 2 avatars. One is a passion, one is an interest. Happy to collaborate with you, share thoughts, exchange ideas, and all of us are going to evolve together.
No, ma'am. Thank you for your time and thank you for your experience.
Complete pleasure and namaste. Looking forward to staying in touch with all of you.
Thank you.